Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Dimitri back again. In this video, we're going to discuss a few things that can make you more money. Specifically, 10 ways to be ahead, to be in the profit, or to unclaim those few $100 here and there. You'll be surprised how much money you can save and gather from the things that I can show you. And let's start. So a first point that I wanted to discuss with you guys, it is ask for a raise in the promotion or promotion wise, right? So meaning that, hey, you know what, I've been working on this company, I love this company, and what I wanted to do is to ask for a promotion. Why? Because if you for few years you have not received any promotion or anything like that, technically you earning less. Actually, it's any country. Now that I think about it, it's any country that you're living in. If you're 1 or 2 years you have not received your money or increase or anything that related to like getting more money, promotion or anything like that, just raise or whatever, you are technically behind, at least inflation wise, behind in your paycheck. So let's say you're earning less 1 year, so you work there, you're earning less a year out or a year later rather than same amount of money. So why? Because your money, technically, if you have like a high inflation in your country or whatever, so we're in the United States, it's technically what 3% right now, 3% right now, yeah, 2 or 3%, so I don't remember from the top of my head. But in any case, if you're doing that, you're earning less a year out, or at least 2% for sure. So in any case, you gotta talk to your boss and tell discuss a few things. There are different videos out there, and I encourage you to do that. But as a topic to discuss and think about, is it promotion or get another job, for instance. But it's just to think about to in this topic, in this right now, we're asking for a promotion, for a raise, and it's not big or anything like that, but get it from the approach of value and your accomplishments and things like that. Because you know what, hey, you've been working hard and it got to be recognized, so that's fair. I think it is. So think about it, just as from accomplishments perspective, from the bragging perspective, not to overdo it, but hey, if you got compensated and you haven't been noticed, you know what, you might as well just give a nudge in that sense. Yeah. So next topic that I want to do, number 2, and that is make sure you're not leaving money on the table, in the sense that you gotta have all your employees matches or the services or anything that you can put your hands on the in resources of your savings, pension savings, and things like that. So United States, for example, there's 401k, right? So there's HSA, flexible spending accounts, or like health savings accounts, which is, I believe HSA is not taxed. It's not like not taxed, so you technically can partake that for free. And then some companies, I think they also match those, so I had the advantage in one company, so they were matching that. So but take that contribution. Think about Roth IRA, also research that. So but some of the companies, they technically give you free money in the pension, in sense of pension, so that you can then partake, so to speak. And later down the line, obviously it's up to you, pension and everything like that, but that is money on the table. So think about it, do research. For example, in my case, I maxed out my 401k because as much as I could, because we're able to do that, and I have to do it because it's free money basically, so because of the match. So you basically contribute one amount, and company contributes that amount too. It's up to like whatever percentage, like 5%, 3%, whatever, so it depends on the company. But so you contribute 3% of your paycheck, they also give you extra 3% on top of that paycheck. So there you go, it's money on the table. So you gotta consider that. And talk and think about that. So third point that I want to talk to you about is tax withholding. So obviously, depending on the situation in your life, right? So do a proper withholdings and things like that. But if something changed, you might want to consider that and reach out to your company, employer, or whatever. So, and talk to them about it. It's like, hey, something changed in my life for whatever reason. So, you might want to as well, make sure you address that. So that's another. Some people just ignore that and forget about it. So, but it's a good point to assess that. And so the things that I'm talking about is from my iPad here. So if you guys think wondering around like what's going on, so that's where I'm taking my information from. So in that sense, so I pretty much encourage you to take a look at that. So let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe as well. So I just want to bring that hooked it, so if you will. So another point that you can take a look at is work overtime. If your company provides that and you can do that and partake that, hey, that's a good amount of paycheck right there. So, and if not, if it's not like overworking or like not giving you a toll or anything like that, obviously it's a good amount of money. That's I partook that various occasions, actually. So it's a good time. So actually I was able to do that and actually do overtime in the sense of doing my paperwork, some accounting, whatever. So in the sense of in my job where I worked at. So overtime, it's as simple as that. But obviously making change in the schedule and things like that, but it's an extra paycheck, so you might want to consider that extra buck. Freelance, that's if in case, for example, you don't have, that's a fifth point, right? So if you don't have overtime option in your job, for example, or anything like that, so or just you're freelancing, it's pretty good. I was considering that actually, but I kind of have a few other things going on, which is YouTube, like and subscribe again. So freelance, it's another good perspective. So I'm not doing it for free, so you guys obviously see advertisements and things like that. So but I hope it's not too much, but it helps me out. So thank you guys for listening in, subscribing and liking and sharing and everything, because it helps me to pay my bills. So, and freelance as well, it's one of those things that you can partake that gives you extra buck. So so think about it, what you can bring on the table, basic accounting, things like some people like go out and do stuff, plumbing, electric, whatever, just do like handyman job, whatever. And it was spread like window cleaning or like grass, like mowing or whatever, so lawn mowing or whatever. So it's a lot of good stuff out there that people can do and bring the value to the and other people, benefit to other people. So think about it. It's enterprising, if you will. So it's pretty good. No, it's pretty good. It gives me work feeling nice. So 6th point. So leverage your expertise. I thought about it like bringing value to the client and things like that. Obviously, depending on the field, depending on the customer, depending on what your work you do, you can definitely leverage that. Talks, investments, speeches or whatever, like professionally wise. So in case you're in IT, that's an interesting point to look at. And give speeches, professional advices and things like that. So consider that. That's one of those things, like speech fee or whatever. So that's one of those things. 7, consider career change. Well, that's when I looked at it and thought about it. It's very depends on the person. Obviously, if you're not happy at your work or not happy what you do, well, you might want to actually really consider that, because obviously, if you're not happy what you do, is basically you're forcing, you're doing it. It's not going to be pleasant for anybody. And then at the end of the day, people who receive service or getting the product, from you or for whatever. So, any type of thing, it's gonna be, not 100%. That's why, you gotta love what you do. So, and in that sense, you will be happy to do it. You'll be interested to do. Obviously, there's everyday life. Things like get like kind of boring or whatever and things like that. But it's everyday life. Obviously, mood swings. Some people have that, but I'm not gonna go that too deep into that perspective. But you might want to consider that if that's actually the case, and that you're like genuinely not happy with the career, what you do. So you gotta love what you do. So and that's obviously it's gonna bring the value. It's gonna bring the, obviously at the end of the day, you're also gonna bring money to you. If you bring more money, bring more value to the client and things like that. So it's all that really. So next, side gig, but that's freelance. So it's again, so it's kind of there, but it's a little bit different also category, because, well, not really. I mean, side gigs, well, freelance is sort of like, hey, go in and out, but you can distinguish it as a side gig. It's like continual basis. So it's kind of like different category, but same idea. So yeah. So my side gig, obviously, right now is I like real estate. So I do real estate. It's a consistent basis, and yeah, it's good money. So it's a good amount, good production. Good, everything is good there. So in case like there is Uber is a very interesting enterprise as a side gig, and some people do it as a living. It's very nice. But for me, it's a lot of driving. So in that sense. So think about it. So one of those things that like it's not kind of like awesome, but if you're able and you have few more hours to spend, so that's one of those things that you can partake. Another good and very lot of times side not side, sure, put aside and like not thought about it, is the rewards from credit cards. You would be surprised how many rewards and how many discounts that you can take and partake with credit cards, right? So it's not that I'm like encouraging you to do like credit cards. If you do, it's just there's money on the table. The reason they try to hook you on the credit card is because you go overboard, and like, hey, you gotta pay that fees like 25% and things like that. Well, I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. So, but if you spend it, like I found the key. If you do it as a debit card, like if you approach credit card as a debit, in the sense that, hey, you paid it in this amount, like $100 per month or whatever, you spend it, you paid it all, like all good and everything. You can partake only like cream of the crop of the percentage, in the sense that you're getting that discounts, you're getting those benefits like mileage fees and things like that. So that's a very nice very nice hook right there. But they're trying to, like, obviously if you go overboard and you don't have the what you call it, the basically the approach that financial hygiene, if you will, like just that discipline, that's the word I was looking for, discipline for spending the money, or discipline how to spend the money. I'm not advising you to go any credit cards like, hey, you do, if you like, hey, I'm going out, I'm going in and all that. So don't do that. Like it's just you're spending money, and like at the end of the day, you're asking questions. Hey, where's my money, bro? Like, Mitri, what is going on? Like, hey, you told me, like, hey, but no, if you don't know how to spend money, check my other videos, and other videos on YouTube, in the sense that, hey, how to make good decisions in the credit cards wise, and how to be a thoughtful spender, if you will. So, but spend money wisely. So don't overspend it. Hey, go ahead and if you want to go out, obviously, but think about overall long perspective. You have a budget, hey, do that and stick to the budget, because that in the long run, man, that's gonna give you a nice benefits. You might not see it like today, or you might forget about it, or whatever, for whatever reason. It might, like, various cases, but at the end of the day, it's for sure it's gonna be a nice discounts in a nice places that you, if you will. Some people, it came to a point, and I can just give you one example. So some people, like, travel, and they use mileage on the credit card. So at some point, they travel that much around, like, through business, and some people, like, tie like that and all that. So, and people allow, like, companies sometimes allow use your personal credit card for some people, so for some things, and they reimburse you. So it's all negotiations, really. So if you do that and negotiate with the company, like, hey guys, can I use my credit card and get, like, reimbursed for some things, and, like, for, like, not some things, but for, like, travel, for example, parking fee, whatever, and then you use your credit card and then they reimburse you, then guess what? You getting basically free money out of benefits, like mileage wise, let's say, for travel. And then all of a sudden, like, you travel a lot and things like that, you get those mileage, you got those in, and then boom, at some point, bam, you got a free ticket to, like, to Hawaii, whatever. So it's very nice indeed. So those things like that, but thoughtful spending, wise spending can bring you those results. So think about it. Those are very nice amounts. So, and make money work for you. That's I put that to last, and man, that's a nice feeling to have, where you have money working for you. In what sense? Man, it's a lot of them. You can do real estate investing. Man, that's a wonderful thing, especially when you consider all the benefits in the sense of getting all the money, appreciation, taxes, tax benefits, business write-offs. Man, a lot of good stuff. Obviously, monthly income from the rents, and oh my god, this is amazing. Or benefits from flips, 1030 exchange. Oh my god, it's so much. It's like, it's not even worth. But I can stop in this video, which is basically, my whole channel is about finance, personal finance, and real estate, so it's not like it's gonna be limited to that. So, but in any case, here you go. That's one of those areas. Obviously, second area, which a larger and big one, is stocks, bonds, exchange, like investing in the market. Obviously, right now we have some, sort of not very calm waters, in the sense that we have some of the political actions going on, in the sense that they can definitely affect logistics and things like that. But in any case, think about it, see what's going on in the market, do the research, obviously, for that. But in any case, you can also invest in the treasury bonds and things like that, so that money works for you. And in that sense, you invest, you're getting your money back, you invest, so that those money working, obviously, 24/7, not 24/7, but you get my feeling. So those money work for you. They don't leave, they don't sit idly in the checking account. So it's just, and like it's also good point to understand, is that if they sit in the checking account and they don't do anything, they basically losing value. Yeah, at the end of the day, 1 year out, so like, if you just, those money sitting in there, even though you have, like, percentage, maybe it will not grow, but at least stay the same. But not in the United States specifically, there is no good standing, like, large banking that offer, like, the inflation protection in a checking account. No, you can invest in treasury bonds and things like that, but you're getting, if, like, you got savings account, it was like maybe 3%, maybe 4%, but, like, it's just the average, maybe 2%. It's not that much. So, and even that, it's not even bringing you that inflation protection specifically right now. It's a little bit hard to grab. So what I'm, like, giving you to consider is to consider stock market, and mutual bonds, ETFs, and all that. Do research on that. basically the idea is that make that money that you saving, you do the savings, try to start investing in any asset class, really. So it's real estate, stocks, bonds, whatever. So it's really nice. And I can tell you this much, like, if I wouldn't do anything, like specifically as I'm thinking about it right now, I would say, let's say I would have like maybe maybe like certain amount of money, like let's say like 50 grand, let's say, right? So just for gigs, out of the blue. But if you do investing, in some cases you're getting, in a year you might get like 100 grand or maybe 70,000, and that money grew. So depending on, obviously, the market, depending on the circumstance, things like that, wherever you invest and things like that, it could be more, it could be less. So, and that's the thing to consider. Some of the people do like 40%, getting the 40%, so they will get like 75, 80 at the end of the year, so out of the 50. So, and that's quite an amazing, right? So you can spend the extra 30 grand somewhere else. So, and that's my message, basically. So encourage you, do research, do the study up. And the topic of personal finances is how to navigate, how to do the finance, how to what's going on. And at the end of the day, to show like how the system that we're living in, like, there's a lot of people asking questions, why, but at the end of the day, there is, hey, boom, that's why it's done, that's why it's been pre-created, that's why people are just moving in that direction. It's like, hey, this is what that's the whole system right there. So think about it, and thank you guys for watching. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe down below if you didn't do that, but if you do, it greatly helps me. And thank you guys again for watching. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.